Hey guys, so this is our second video on our opinions on the Star Wars sequel. Yep, part 2. This is everything we hate about the sequel trilogy that Disney made for us with the Star Wars.
Twice as long.
Oh yeah.
If not like 10 times as long.
People sit back and enjoy the ride. We are in for the ass ripping that we're gonna give this series right now.
Oh, you tried so
And
hard
now I'm
not to say
drinking
ass
beer.
ripping.
So this is gonna be really interesting.
Yes, we're gonna need a whole lot of beer to get through this.
What the hell did you just do?
Sorry about that. Minor.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's just get on with this. I'm gonna start it off.
Let the hate flow through you.
Yes. I'm gonna embrace my inner dark side now.
We're on the dark side of the video.
Yes. Feel the power of the dark side. Okay.
What the hell, dude?
Unleash the dark side.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Yes.
I have spoken.
It is.
The week.
Yeah.
Do you know the way?
This is the way. Get that meme. I have a lot of friends who are actually offended by that meme, and I got another friend who's like doing Ugandalorian, I think is what it's now called.
Do you know the way? This is the way.
Alright. Okay. Before we
I can
get
get behind that.
too sidetracked, like we're already
Oh, too late.
We're already 2 minutes. We haven't even started. Oh boy. So
It's
let's.
gonna be a fun one.
Yes, it is. Okay, so
I'll try to be quiet.
the big.
No promises.
Okay, so the biggest problem, and I know this has been brought up by a lot of people, but damn it, Disney, why did you not have an actual game plan of like what you wanted? It's like you let
Make shit up as you go.
yeah, that shit don't work. Not with Star Wars. It's like, at least with the prequel trilogies, we knew Anakin was gonna become Darth Vader. So even if there was creative freedom in the middle of all that, we always knew that Anakin was gonna be Darth Vader.
But see, you know the messed up part about this is George Lucas actually had a whole setup of what he wanted.
Yeah, he was
Why
gonna.
did they not follow it?
Well, turns out a lot of his ideas were gonna be focused on the midichlorians, and people hated the midichlorians in the prequel trilogy. I have no opinion, because the prequel trilogy was kind of my childhood. Well, I watched the original trilogy before the prequels. I loved them.
Oh yeah.
Like, my sister got the...
Return of the Jedi is my all-time favorite out of all the movies.
It's like the only series I actually watched.
Yeah.
On VHS. What?
Yeah, we're that old.
Back when Han shot first.
Yeah.
He always shot first.
Well, of course. It was either that or what's his nuts was gonna shoot him.
Greedo?
Greedo. I honestly thought it was the Italian witch kills Sparks. Yeah, they know it.
Yep.
Greedo. Okay.
But
That
anyways,
sounds a lot better than what I was about
yeah.
to say.
Apparently J.J. Abrams said that Palpatine was always going to come back, and I think a lot of us are skeptical. We call bullshit on that. That's my opinion. What about you, Frisbee?
I'm actually okay with him coming back. It was just, yeah, there was.
Use your words.
Fuck you.
Problem is The Last Jedi was the biggest dumpster fire that kind of like derailed everything.
You already used
Yeah.
dumpster fire. Train wreck.
Train wreck?
It was a train wreck,
Into a dumpster fire.
and they wasted so much that they could have done on that one. I mean, because that's when they brought Mark Hamill back into it. It's like, that should have been the epic one. I'm sorry, but that should have been, out of all 3 of the new series, that should have been the fucking movie to be awesome.
I agree. Instead, we get a grumpy Luke Skywalker that's pissed off for most of the movie.
Yeah, which is, quite frankly, crappy.
Yeah, that's why I think The Last Jedi has been very divisive among the fan base.
Decisive.
You know what I mean.
I know.
Anyways.
They don't know.
Yeah,
Use your words.
Okay, so I know I have a lot of friends who do like The Last Jedi and they will defend it to the day, but I think the truth is, and I don't care what people say, I do think the majority of the Star Wars fans were not happy with The Last Jedi.
I wasn't, not one bit.
Oh, sure.
And it
Shit,
seems
you're
like the people who do like it, in my experience, and it's not with everybody, but it seems like in my experience, it seems like people who do like The Last Jedi have been the rudest fans of all of them. Because they keep trying to insult those of us who are disappointed in it.
We're allowed to have our opinion.
Well, we all are allowed to have our opinions. And you know what? I agree we all need to be respectful of each other, but damn it. It's like, let's just agree that, you know what, The Last Jedi was divisive and it was a train wreck.
It was.
Into dumpster fire.
Pretty much, yeah.
Into a massive dumpster fire.
It was that bad.
Yes.
So I hear.
Yeah, you didn't even
you
watch
haven't even
it.
watched it.
Well, yeah, because you guys told me it was that bad.
Yeah, you're the smart one of the three of us. Didn't waste
I'm
your...
also very frugal.
I can be frugal too.
For some, just call me cheap.
Yeah.
You are cheap.
Yeah,
Except
I have
like-
other shit to buy.
Except when it comes to these microbrew beers, spending like $10 on a 6-pack, or even like $14
Oh, you
now.
buy that. You buy all those.
Yeah,
And
So-
honestly, they taste like crap.
they do. But
Most of them, that's another podcast.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we can get into that in another time.
yeah, let's not get too far off. But anyways, like the lack of direction. But even inside the writing, that's one thing I really, really, really hated. I don't care how you explain it, but the fact that they got rid of the Jedi Order, like, nullified the Return of the Jedi, I really hated that. Like, Return of the Jedi meant
That the Jedi were coming back.
the Jedi were coming back. And you watch at the end of Return of the Jedi, Luke just defeats his father, chops his robotic hand off, and the Emperor says, finish him, and he says, no. That was right then.
Finished him, he would have been on the dark side.
Exactly, but he didn't. He did not finish him.
Nope.
And that was where he said, I'm a Jedi Knight like my father before me. That was the moment right there where the Jedi are back.
And then they failed in the new trilogy.
And they just wrote it off that they all got killed by Kylo Ren. And I honestly, I really hated that. Like, I mean, I know that there's a lot of things to hate, but that was truly something I hated right off the bat, is like, why did we get rid of the Jedi again? It's like, I liked that we saw in the prequel trilogy that the Jedi were at the height of their whole order, and then suddenly they get killed off. And then we get the original trilogy where they're seen as a legend, and now we get the sequel trilogy where they're a legend again, and all we get is a little explanation of from Han Solo saying, "Oh, Luke was training a new Jedi, and they all got killed." I really hated that.
That sounds like weak writing.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think they could have done a lot better.
Yeah, and actually
I mean,
on
it's not
top,
like they don't have a shitload of fucking books to go off of.
yeah, but they made the whole extended universe non-canon. I mean, I understand why, because there's actually a lot of those books that
Oh, yeah.
they contradict each other. Like, I don't even know which one it was, but I know Chewbacca was killed in one of them, and then he's back in like another one. They kind of contradicted each other. But even on top of that, with the bad writing, one thing I really hated too is they have the Resistance and the First Order, which is a rehash of the Galactic Civil War.
Yeah.
I honestly, I hate to say it. Besides the opening crawl kind of giving you a little bit of a description of who they are, they never really truly explain like where the First Order came from. They
Yeah.
said that they rose from the ashes of the Empire, and
Honestly, I feel like it was just the Empire. Still, it just
yeah,
never went away.
They-
They actually never.
they
defeated
reinvented
them.
themselves.
Yeah.
They reinvented themselves and hid in the shadows, and then came back at the right time to strike again.
Yeah, when everyone was weak and Luke was gone for so long that everyone started losing faith.
Yeah. Honestly, I still go to this day. I still don't even understand like why is there a Resistance and a First Order? They could have like dabbled into that a little bit better. They didn't necessarily have to go in like the political here that like the prequels did with the whole Senate room and all that, but they could have given us a little bit more of a better backstory of like what is this New Republic that they mentioned in the opening crawl too? Like, why did they fail to be a republic? Because obviously something happened.
Yeah, something had to happen.
Sorry if we're a little too analytical about that.
Well, that's kind of the point of this video.
Yeah, but on top of the bad writing, that's the other thing I hate is like
full analytical.
holy. That's another thing I was gonna say. Like,
I wasn't gonna say anal on a podcast.
Too late, you already did it.
Yeah, I know. I had to squeeze it in there once.
Okay, so besides the Jedi Order,
Those little ties.
yeah, besides the Jedi Order and the Resistance and First Order all being like what they are, as we mentioned, I also kind of didn't like that there wasn't so many Sith enemies. Like, we just got Kylo Ren and Snoke, and then later Palpatine again.
Yeah.
Oh, full blown warning! If I didn't mention it, there is spoilers in this. I'll probably leave it in the little thing below for you guys to understand. So go watch.
Put spoiler alert right in the title.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. So if you haven't watched any of this, yeah, go watch them. Or if you like having things spoiled, go ahead, keep listening to us as we bullshit about this whole thing.
Well, that's been a few weeks. Most of the fans have already seen it.
Yeah, that's why I waited about 2 weeks as a buffer. If they
Shit, it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah. If they haven't seen it by now, it's your damn fault. That's the way I'm gonna look at it. I don't
That's
care.
already a payday, regardless of what day you get paid.
Yeah. Well, unless you're in the military, then you get paid on the 1st or the 15th of the month.
When did it come out?
Oh, the 20th of December.
They would have had plenty of time. It's past the 1st,
Yes, they have.
and it was right after the 15th.
Exactly. True.
And the military, since technically the 1st is a holiday, they would have gotten paid
The-
Tuesday or Monday.
So the 30th.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, there's a little hint. Here's a little information for any military junkies. Cody was in the Navy for a little bit, so that's why he knows some of that.
6.5 years, fuckers. What?
Yep. So like I was gonna say, like the lack. So I was talking about the lack
That
of.
was my prime.
And you wasted it in the military.
With
It kind of was a waste.
yeah, but you got to see Thai chicks in Thailand.
I hope some of them are chicks.
Chicks with dicks.
Sorry. Okay.
Got a little off track there again.
Yeah, we get
I'll
off.
regale you all
We
with my
made it
stories
13 minutes.
I'll regale you all with stories of
Yeah.
my trip to Thailand another time.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said,
That was a trick. What happened in Thailand stays in Thailand.
all right. So like I was saying, lack of Sith enemies. Like we just got Kylo Ren and Palpatine and Snoke.
And I'm sorry.
And even though Snoke turns out
Kylo
to be
Ren
Palpatine,
to me feels like he's not.
he was just
He was too weak.
he was an emo baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was an angry emo child who just thought dark side sounded better.
I swear, Baby Yoda's better than Kylo Ren, and there was no Baby Yoda.
No, there wasn't, and it makes me mad.
No Baby Yoda in the Rise of Skywalker.
You introduce us to Baby Yoda, and you do not put him in the Rise of Skywalker. What is wrong?
Shame on you, Disney! You had a failed opportunity right there.
Because come on, Baby Yoda is cute.
We all know
He's
that.
freaking adorable.
Yeah. They had
I've
that.
actually seen like the first few episodes of Mandalorian. That's the only reason I watched it.
Because Baby Yoda is awesome.
Yeah, Baby Yoda's the
And
other.
for you people out
He's
there
so
that
adorable
are,
I could die.
for you people out there that are all correct about it, the child, but he's gonna be called Baby Yoda until they come up with an actual name.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's just
until
it.
he has a name, he's Baby Yoda.
Yes, right now he's Baby Yoda, so live with it.
Well, the one thing the Rise of Skywalker gave us was that little droid hacker.
Because your feelings don't concern me.
Well, they did give the Rise of Skywalker did give us that droid hacker Babu Frick, which was pretty cool. I liked him.
Okay.
he was cute, but he was also funny.
He was pretty funny.
He had a little line like he says, "Kaboom! Droid go kaboom!" Or I don't even remember. It's been
Yeah, it was something like that.
as he's hacking C-3PO.
Yo.
Even though that was a plot hole right there, why can't C-3PO just translate a forbidden language? And of course, you know, for entertainment purposes, they had to make it that way. Cause, and they gotta justify they gotta justify their toy line, right? Just like Luke milking a weird cow alien species.
Yeah, that was just kind of pointless.
Yeah, everybody hated that. That was stupid. So.
Got a little off track there. Find your thoughts.
Okay, so like I said, but on top of that with the Sith, the one thing I hated too with the Sith enemies we did have, they never had Darth in their name.
No, none of them did.
We could have had Darth Kylo Ren or Darth Ren or Darth Kylo, although Darth Ren probably would have
fit most
in my
opinion. I
think
think that would have actually been
and Darth Snoke. We could have had Darth Snoke, even though I never really liked the name Snoke for a bad guy.
That name was just terrible.
But
let alone he was a clone of Palpatine.
In the end, as it turned out.
Yeah. Which was
and they don't call him Darth Sidious or the Emperor. They call him Palpatine.
Yeah.
When he does come back, it's like that's kind of like I said in the last one. I said may as well call this the Palpatine saga, not the Skywalker saga. He seems to be the most consistent character in all of them.
Yeah. He's the one that's been in every one.
Well, no, he wasn't in the first one, A New Hope.
You would know, nerd.
Well, no, what I mean is out of the 3 trilogy sets.
He
was in the first one, second one,
yeah,
and this one now.
He literally showed up in every trilogy at least once.
Yep.
He showed up in every prequel movie.
Yep. And the originals.
And in the originals, he was briefly shown in The Empire Strikes Back as a hologram.
Yeah.
To reveal that Darth Vader serves somebody, and that he's not the supreme leader of the Empire. And then he shows up in the Return of the Jedi, in human form. And then he shows up at the very end at Rise of Skywalker in like some weird vegetative state with weird his eyes are like cataracts.
Yeah. And
his fingers are missing, but somehow he can force drain Ben and Rey and then get his fingers to grow back. But he looks back like his disfigured self from Return of the Jedi. Couldn't he just turn back into like the Palpatine from as a senator?
I don't see why he couldn't. If they're going that route.
Maybe in the next movie.
If they have another one. So besides,
it's Disney, you know they're gonna have another one.
Yeah,
they gotta make sure they make bank off of this.
I think they left the Rise of Skywalker open ended on purpose. Like some of that stuff didn't get resolved, so that way they could make movies.
Well, I could see that, but at the same time, it's like if you're ending a trilogy, you need to end it right. Where like, just the way they ended it with her opening up her own lightsaber.
And it's yellow and not, to surprise us all, a brand new color. After 3 movies, we could have had a yellow lightsaber. We could have had purple ones, not just from Mace Windu. We could have had more green and more blues. No, we got the stupid Anakin Skywalker lightsaber. Like, I get it's special.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I always had a theory behind, and then they kind of just like nullified it. I thought that lightsaber was cursed, because Anakin killed children with it.
Yeah.
The younglings, as they call it. And then Luke gets it later, and he gets his hand severed in a duel with it.
Yeah.
I thought they would have carried that curse. That was my belief, that lightsaber was cursed because of... Oh, yeah.
The evil it did.
And not only that, then
Anakin
and Obi-Wan fought on Mustafar. And he got his legs severed and his other arm severed.
And then,
while fighting with it.
In The Force Awakens, it pretty much... The way the story went is it was pretty much showing that the lightsaber was cursed, and then it just kind of... That whole line just dissipated. Like, whatever happened to it.
They forgot they wrote it down.
Probably. So kind of on top of that, like the lack of lightsabers, how about the lack of duels?
Oh,
Like,
don't get me started on that one.
We had at
That's
least
why we brought it up.
we had at least a decent duel
You
between.
have a lot of hate flowing through you about the duels.
I do.
It's my favorite part of the Star Wars movie, and The Last Jedi snubbed us on that.
Yes.
I don't give a shit what you people think. The throne room is not a lightsaber duel, neither is that battle between Kylo Ren and Luke with his astral projection, because not once did their lightsabers clash, nor is that flashback where Luke tried to kill Ben, supposedly. Just because their lightsabers clashed once does not make it a duel. They didn't fight it out.
I want to talk about the action scenes of the actual lightsaber battles that they do actually have.
Yeah.
They're like child's play. I mean, honestly, it's like two kids just playing around out in the yard
With
sticks.
Yeah, like what we used to do back in the day before parents got overprotective.
I mean, look at
That was some fun shit.
Yes, it was.
I miss the good old days.
Yes, scars to prove it.
So do I.
Same here.
But I mean, the battles, it was just like little kids fighting. It's like, look at like the
Meh.
Clone Wars, where Yoda was fighting. He was all over the place.
Yeah,
Epic.
I know some people who really hate that Yoda, but that was actually my favorite Yoda.
Mine too.
Oh yeah, it
A
still
lot.
had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
Granted, it was before the whole.
CGI.
No, that portion was before the whole when he was training Luke and shit.
Yeah, but to be fair, when The Empire Strikes Back came out, Yoda was just a puppet made by the Jim Henson Studios and played by Frank Oz,
Yeah.
which wasn't bad. Much respects and props to Frank Oz for being
It still showed
Yoda.
that Yoda was actually a badass and got his title for a reason.
Yeah, that's why he was head of the Jedi Council, and that's why he's a master of the Force. We actually saw him use lots of Force abilities. Shoot, he could absorb the Force lightning and shoot it right back. That was kind of cool, if you ask me.
And then Rey and then Palpatine's battle. That should have been a fucking epic lightsaber battle.
No,
Language.
Sorry, part of my language.
Oh, good. I'll probably flag it anyways.
But it should have been. Yeah.
Wait, you can flag it and then we can swear.
I think I mentioned this earlier.
Fuck yeah!
Anyways,
Had to get that one.
But I mean, the whole battle where she's just stopping the lightning, like, come on, that should have been an awesome lightsaber battle to end it.
yeah. Well, they added that whole ability where you can teleport objects across the galaxy in that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe Palpatine or Darth Sidious could have actually got Kylo Ren's saber out of the water after, Ben threw it into the water.
Sounds like a massive plot hole waiting to happen.
And then he could have, grabbed it out of the water, turned it on, and it could have been a duel between two Jedis, one redeemed Jedi. And it could have played out at least pretty good. It could have been cool.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't care if they could have got a stunt double to be Sidious. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Then we could have actually got a good duel. We could have actually seen Sidious for what he should have been. But it is what it is, though, I suppose. Top of that, let's just talk about Rey, how poor of a character she is. I know people keep ripping on Rey, but god damn it, she is a...
really easy to.
Yeah.
She was just a poorly written character, if you just ask me.
And we're not saying she was a bad actor.
No,
No,
Daisy
not
Ridley's
that.
a good actress, by all means. We have props, respect for Daisy Ridley. It's just
But
we hated Rey.
Yeah, her whole dialogue for that was just terrible.
Well,
It could have been better.
the problem I just had too is I without using the word Mary Sue as much, she just seemed like she was too perfect and she just didn't have much of a struggle, and I just that bothered me. At least the Force Awakens we could kind of forgive it, even though she really picked up a lot of the Force abilities. And then I find out later, in the novelizations, that she supposedly programmed all those Force abilities from Kylo Ren during the interrogation scene. But once again, Disney, why do you have to make us read books to understand movies? That's not good movie making. We don't need to read books to understand movies.
Some of us are literates.
Most of the time, books and movies should be separate entities.
Unless the movie came from a book first. That's the only time it's acceptable.
Yes.
But Star Wars did not come from a book. No books.
Well, even if it did come from a book, it should still kind of be its own separate entity, because you don't want to go word for word on a book.
Exactly. So and even though he said like Rey is a poor character, the other thing is let's look at some of the original characters we had: Luke, Leia, and Han, and they failed to reunite them all on the screen. Not one scene with all three of them together.
Which would have been epic.
That's what really all of us wanted. We wanted that, and they didn't give us that. I'm sorry. I know we're ripping on them, but come on, Disney. You really did not have your shit together on this one.
No.
You really did not. As far as we're concerned, you did not.
Oh yeah, they just figured they probably want more money.
And even on that, let's talk about like some of the previous Jedi. Like there was like no Obi-Wan Kenobi like in physical appearance of everywhere. Like even as a Force ghost, we had his voice. That's about it. And that's all we had. We had just like the voice of like even Anakin. Like no Force ghost of Anakin anywhere. That would have been a good like maybe like when Ben is getting his redemption arc in The Rise of Skywalker. The Han Solo part was actually I like that part. Him talking to the ghost of Han Solo, like, but a Force ghost of Anakin would have even helped that too.
Yeah, because in his mind he was talking to him anyways. Through the helmet, but he actually wasn't.
No. Yeah, find out that's all Palpatine doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just overall. I just feel like this whole sequel trilogy was just a dumpster fire, train wreck of a thing, and it's like they probably should have just tried to give it more time to develop it, in my opinion.
There was no Baby Yoda.
And there was no Baby Yoda.
You give us Baby Yoda and then you don't put him in there. What the heck?
Yeah.
We love Baby Yoda.
Yes, we do.
He's fun.
I will burn Disney down if something happens to Baby Yoda.
I've seen plenty of memes already saying that.
You're not alone.
You are not alone. I want to see Baby Yoda at least get a lightsaber.
From the last scene in last episode of Mandalorian.
You haven't even watched it yet. You don't even know what's going on.
I don't care. I just remember that one little scene. I'm surprised there aren't riots over it.
Yeah. Oh boy. So, is there anything else you want to talk about? I think that's pretty much.
Yes, actually, there is one thing.
Okay.
The whole, like in the Last Jedi, they pretty much were showing a lot of things about kids having Force powers.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, they didn't really build up on that.
No, they didn't. They led it to it like they were gonna have it build up to it, and then poof, it just we're not gonna do anything about it.
Yeah, of course. Problem is, I think J.J. Abrams tried to retcon some of the stuff in there because let's just be honest, Rian Johnson really
he screwed that movie up.
He was the real. I think he was the guy who screwed the pooch on this the biggest.
Yeah.
And his ego has gotten the bigger of him.
Yeah.
Even now, even when people were criticizing his movie, he just kept insulting the fans, and he kept going on social media. And even when The Rise of Skywalker, he's telling us that pandering to fans is a bad idea. Whether it's
we're the ones who spend the money to watch the movies.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen if we don't like it?
To all the fans. I mean, look how big the fan base for Star Wars is.
Yeah, it is big, and you're not going to please everybody, but for the most part, if you're going to make one where you divide at least half of the fan base into like its own galactic civil war, you got problems. I don't care if Rian Johnson thinks that's a success for him or not. That's not good business to me, because then you know what? The people are going to vote whether they like it or not. You know how they vote? They vote with their wallet.
Well, yeah, if you don't spend money on it, you didn't like it.
That's something I keep telling some people. I say that if you want to make a statement, don't just go rant about it all the time and complain about it on social media. Do something that does make a difference. Vote with your wallet. And you know what? I think overall, I think that's one thing I think the fans have done since Solo, is that we voted with our wallets. Now I don't hate Solo as a movie, nor do I hate Rogue One. Actually, I like those two movies, honestly, even though Solo had lower marks.
I wasn't a fan of Solo.
I haven't watched either of them.
Rogue One was pretty good though.
Yeah, Rogue One was good. I did like that, but I actually didn't hate Solo. I mean, it had its flaws in my opinion, but it was pretty good. I thought it was good. I mean, it added some explanations to like why Han would shoot first.
I wish they wouldn't have done the Kessler run though. I wish.
I don't think.
Which is, I mean, if they would have done more, maybe have that part of the movie, but if they would have added more.
Yeah.
It really, to me, it didn't feel like much of a backstory.
No, it didn't.
It was more of a story of. Instead of being called Solo, it should have been called the Kessler Run.
There we go. Anything else?
Nah, I think I'm good.
I think I got my rant out.
All right, guys. So yeah, that's kind of our consensus on the sequel trilogy. We were mostly disappointed with just how it rolled out. I mean, we didn't hate everything, but as you can see, there was a lot that we hated, as we made a good 30-minute video about it.
And there was no Baby Yoda.
And there was no Baby Yoda. We're gonna end it on that.